With the current free agent market, not a whole lot to pick from, but there might be a few hidden gems to pick from. And like I mentioned, one of them, primarily according to you guys, might be Moses Brown. And I do think he happens to be an intriguing target, one with some familiarity with their team, dating back to their summer league team this summer, so they might think about picking him up, especially if it would be for a 10-day contract. And how that would be possible for their team would be by waiving somebody first, whether that be a guy like Cam Reddish, Shake Milton, or maybe Christian Wood or Maxi Kleber. They could waive one of them, then pick up a different guy in a 10-day contract, or a standard contract, whatever they want to do, but I think a 10-day contract would be a pretty good way to evaluate them, especially a young player like Moses Brown. And for Moses Brown, definitely a lot to like about him in regard to tangibles, whether it be the height with about 7'1" or 2, or then the wingspan with about 7'5", then with being a pretty good vertical athlete, definitely would be a good lob threat for a guy like Luka Doncic, or the rebounding ability, definitely a good rebounder, and that's probably the best thing about him. During his NBA career, per 36-minute average, and yes, per 36, not regular average, he's been grabbing about 14 to 15 rebounds per 36 minutes, and that's pretty damn good. Whether you're talking about center playing major minutes or limited minutes, that's pretty damn good. And for Moses Brown, no matter where he's gone or how many minutes he's played for a team, rebounding has been the one constant for him. Back in 2020-2021, in about 21 minutes per game, grabbing about 9 rebounds per game, or during the past few years now, grabbing about per 36 minutes again, roughly 15 to 17 rebounds per game, so that's pretty impressive. Or when talking about what he's doing in the G League right now, grabbing about 13 rebounds per game, and then about 17 points per game with it. And yes, talking about the G League here, not the NBA, but showing that he's too good for that level and might be able to contribute for an NBA team and on the right team, which might be the Lakers. However, there definitely are cons that'll come with him too, one of which being defense. You know, just because he's 7'1", 7'2", that does not automatically make him a good defender. You know, some people might think that, but I'm here to tell you that's not the case with him. Not an absolute terrible defender, not a liability on defense, or at least not sometimes, but apart from shot blocking, blocking the occasional shot, and I would hope so being that tall and with that large of a wingspan, he's not really a good defender. When we're talking about team defense and help defense, neither of which he does well, that's what it comes down to with him, and always what it comes back to with Moses Brown. I mean, taking a look at his career here, only playing 9 games with the Pacers earlier this season, only 22 with Portland last season, 2 with Brooklyn, and 34 with the LA Clippers, the one before that one. And no matter how you look at it or what teams he's played with, it's always come back to something with him, and a whole bunch of it has been team defense and simply defense in general. He's not been good at it. Again, you might think so from his height and length, but definitely not a good defender, and not a very good reliable defender at that. Take whatever metric you want to evaluate him, it won't come back looking good on defense. I mean, take defensive box plus minus rating for example, he's never had a positive rating, and that's pretty awful for a big, let alone one that's a good rebounder, with that rating factoring in both defensive rebounding and block shots, so that's pretty awful. And then on top of that, he isn't a 3-point shooter, not a floor spacer to help make up for it. Yes, he kinda can be a vertical floor spacer for being a lob threat, but not a 3-point shooter or a very good reliable defender, so 2 major cons with that. I like the rebounding, I like the lob threat ability, but there are definitely some cons here that might outweigh the pros. I'd take a chance on him for a 10-day contract, but apart from that, definitely would favor a bio candidate like a Larry Nance Jr., Kelly Olynyk, or a Chris Boucher over him, but I wouldn't be entirely opposed to it, and especially not for a 10-day contract. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.